Mothokomedi Thabano from Botswana.
Yes, sir.
A maths teacher,
I'm a maths teacher, yes.
and you are in the World Chess Federation, the FIDE Commission of Education.
Yes, I am.
And you're promoting chess, you have ideas about chess. So, can you tell me something about your fascination for chess and what you think chess can bring to the world, and especially what your experience in Botswana? So what are you doing?
Thank you very much for the opportunity. Well, I've learned a lot ever since joining the Chess in Education Commission. I've been a chess coach. I've been a mathematics teacher at secondary school level back home in Botswana, but I really never, related the two to that extent that chess can be way too useful for learning. But ever since joining the Chess in Education Commission, I've learned that chess has multiple effects when it comes to the brain of a young child, when it comes to the brain of a teacher. The conferences that I've attended one conference in Armenia, that was in 2020, if I'm not mistaken. I learned a lot when it comes to the psychology of a young child from early years, what chess can do to build psychomotricity of a young child, what chess can do to improve the way a young learner thinks, artificial intelligence, problem-solving skills. There are so many positives when it comes to chess as an academic tool, the way it assists or helps young learners to improve in their academics, not only related to mathematics as a lot of people may believe. Usually there is that belief that chess helps with mathematics. I learned that it can help even when it comes to other subjects. You can relate chess to history, you can relate chess to reading skills, you can relate chess to mathematics, of course, that one, no doubt about it. So I learned that chess relates to a lot of other subjects, relates to social skills of young children, and most importantly, for the 21st century skills, chess is there. The 21st century skills that are needed for our learners. You talk about
What are the 21 century skills?
Yeah, we have the skills such as the forces, that is critical thinking, creativity, collaboration, and communication. So, I was talking about the four critical, 21st century skills that are needed for the upcoming learners, learners that is for the future, for now and the future. So critical thinking is very important, creativity is important, collaboration and communication. And all these skills are found in chess as an academic tool. These are to enhance, they can easily enhance the learning of a young one, and it makes learning interesting.
Yeah, okay. So it's not only cognitive, but also social, emotional.
Exactly, yes.
And maybe also metacognitive, that they think about themselves and their behavior.
In terms of behavior?
Thinking about yourself. Because it all starts with the self, I think. Myself, who do I see myself, my self-esteem, my self-management?
Yeah.
It starts with you.
Yes. No. I think even for me, it has changed my perspective of teaching and learning. Back then, I believed that as a maths teacher, I'm the best of the best. I should just sit there in front of the student and then tell them everything, But now
you give the answers, you don't ask the questions.
Yeah, so I was giving them directions and everything was done by me. But now I've since realized that learners can develop better skills using chess, and chess can always lead to self-actualization. The students will be able to apply themselves on their own. And also looking back into the Bloom's taxonomy.
Yeah,
I
the six,
believe-
not everybody
Yeah.
knows it, but it's from the memory to creating.
Yeah, exactly. So I've realized that chess has all those, all those levels from primary school students. Yesterday, I was in one of the presentation from Belgium. I think the presenter from Belgium.
She the woman, the teacher who wrote the book.
Yes, who wrote a book. Yeah, she was talking about teaching young learners from the age of 4, 4 years, 5 years, and she's using different levels to accommodate them. And the students can easily remember from an early age. We are dealing with memory, just working with memory. And as they grow, then they can easily develop other synthesis skills and creativity and all that. Yeah, so I believe now I've discovered myself even as a teacher much more than I was before.
You reinvented yourself.
Exactly, I've been reinvented. Yeah, so it's even the conference here is revitalizing me. I feel more and more thirsty now, and I believe I can do better even for the future, even for my country. I just believe the current system, our government system, we have introduced now what we call outcome-based learning.
Sorry?
Outcome-based education.
Outcome-based, yeah.
Yeah, and then for outcome-based education, it is almost exactly what we are dealing with. It's just to work with 21st century learner more than the general or original way of teaching. So we are now trying to move towards that direction from to knowledge-based economy. We are trying to go towards the knowledge-based economy. And maybe to share with you, my country has since started supplying laptops to all the learners. That's the project that is ongoing. The access to chess material will be there. These different studies that have been done on chess, we are going to have more and more learners being able to see them. We are going to have the material that are shared, in different platforms, maybe Chessable, Chess Kid, and so on. Our students, maybe because of my influence, they will be able to get into such sites, and maybe we are going to have a multiplying effect where we'll have more teachers who are interested in the chess in education programs. And I believe for future, we'll be able to train more and more. I believe FIDE will be able to train more and more teachers in my country and other countries in Africa in general, to take Africa to a certain level. And furthermore, I believe I saw today that there are some researchers that are sponsored from Chessable, and I believe there are some students, college students, undergraduate, graduates, who will be interested, who are chess students, or who are having chess as a
research
sport.
subject.
Yeah, not necessarily as a subject, but even those that are currently playing chess, but in tertiary schools, maybe some of them will develop this interest to take studies about chess in education through Chessable.
How to become a teacher or a trainer themselves.
Yes. Or just for certain findings that can be helpful to Africa in general. Because, what I've learned about Africa is that there are so many talented people academically and otherwise. Look at football. We used to have players such as Michael Essien. We have players like Sadio Mane, who are very, very good players. They are from Africa, and in their teams, they can be the best that they can be. even in terms of education, my country has produced a lot of students who came to Harvard University and other and became top students. And
talent is all everywhere, but you have to develop it.
Yes, so I think it's all about the opportunity to develop this talent. And how do we develop this talent? It starts, I think, from each small country itself trying to develop a few of its people who in turn will be able to develop others, you know. So I think it will come from the interest of our leadership, and then we as individuals trying our best in our small corners where you can be able to share information or develop other people. As an individual like myself, you do your part and believe that the next person will be able to develop other people in case the government is not doing enough.
Yeah. And you, what is the role of FIDE education? Because in the past some people were skeptical or did not notice anything happening, but I think at the moment it's booming, the activities from FIDE education.
Yes, I've seen, you know, for the, let's say, the new commission under the leadership of Jerry, I think people have been given tasks, you know, to run with them in different work groups to try and come up with a common goal that will develop chess in education and take chess in education to another level. Myself, I'm in the strategy work group. The strategy work group is working on mainly trying to come up with the workshops to educate people. That is what we are working on. We have the POT work group.
What is POT?
POT, preparation of teachers,
okay.
Work group that is preparing, you know,
educational programs, maybe
programs to teach teachers, you know. We have the website work group, which I'm part of also, where we are trying to come up with a visible, you know, website that will interest people. But I see people energized, even those that could not come for the conference, but a lot of people are energized and want to see this growing. But I believe also that though the pandemic is something that was not, I would say, that was very negative to a lot of lives, there was something positive that came out of it.
Yeah.
You know, in terms of chess, there was a lot of interest on chess, not necessarily chess in education. And because a lot of students couldn't go to school, some use the chess now as part of those things that they can do at home. And now when coming up with the concept of chess as an academic tool, now even parents out there say, hey, if the pandemic can come again, this thing of chess in education can really work for us.
Yeah. To end with, can you just mention a few takeaways from this conference, where things you were so surprised, was impressed by, or you learned? Just a few things, because with so many speakers, but...
Yeah, no, I learned a lot when it comes to working with young kids, early years. There was presenters from Italy, you know, the way they work with the chessboard, the giant chessboard, you know, it was quite interesting. And I wish I could go home there and keep on visiting kindergartens, you know, just to tell them, to say, you know, chess is a game that you can use to develop your kids. And then today, the last speakers, because it's my subject area, chess in mathematics, I saw so many things that I never imagined, you know, could be used in maths, and having certain hypotheses and, you know, the proofs, something like induction that came with Rita in her presentation, you know. Yeah, and I think one lady from England, actually, I found her speaking. I think she's working with younger kids from primary school, but also with mathematics and then robotics in chess. You know, everything was just fascinating. There was just it was exciting. A lot of things were exciting. Artificial intelligence. There were a lot that I've learned. Yeah, even I was particularly interested in the lady that wrote that book. The book is interesting, and I can't wait for the book to be translated in English. And I believe I will.
Which book?
From the Belgian lady.
Oh yeah, it's in Dutch.
Yeah, I can't.
In Flemish,
wait for
yeah.
that, yeah. And your presentation was beautiful as well.
That's preschoolers.
Yeah, for preschools, yeah, it was beautiful, and I enjoyed it. So the conference has quite been amazing for me. It was quite an experience, and how I wish it was a longer, conference where you can meet again and share ideas and again with different speakers. But it's amazing. The experience has been amazing.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.